So my name is Tatum Van Dam. My pronouns are she/her, and I'm originally from California, but I'm currently based in London. I realized that I wanted to work in the music industry in undergrad. I went to USC and I was studying film, but I decided to do a minor in music business when I found myself way more excited and eager to go to my music classes as opposed to my film ones. I was like, maybe there's something there. So I had a few internships at smaller companies. One was a management company, the other was a record store, and then one was at bands in town. And I guess that's sort of when I started just testing what I enjoyed and what I didn't enjoy about working in music. So I decided to start doing music journalism. And I guess my official start within the industry was in 2021. I started writing for Early Rising, and that sort of put me in the world of being connected just with so many different artists and their teams. And then eventually that led to writing for Live Nation's Ones to Watch. And then eventually that turned into becoming their like magazine girly. And I'm in charge of the Ones to Watch scene, doing graphic design and interviews and photography. And then in January of this year, I started working at Atlantic Records in the UK as a part-time creative. So I was writing at Early Rising for around a year and a half. And I guess after a while, just doing so many of the similar same write-ups every week, I kind of wanted to expand into a bigger publication. And Ones to Watch had always been on my list of eventual publications that I would like to work at or write for. Each publication has its own little submissions tab, usually for artists to submit their songs. So I took that email and decided to submit myself, but as a writer to their editors. I kind of formatted it like a PR pitch, but instead of pitching an artist, I was pitching myself. And I was like, hey, I'm Tatum, I'm a writer. These are things I've covered, and this is why you should let me write for Ones to Watch. And then I included like some songs and artists that I think would do well on their website. If you need a writer, like hit me up basically. And then their editor, Max Polo, saw it and then set up a call with me. And yeah, so that was how I got my start. So it was a little out of the ordinary, but it worked out. I think once I decided to just start posting whatever I wanted to post on social media, it seemed like things started to fall into place for me. I really love editing photos and doing like physical scrapbooks. So I decided to sort of like turn my Instagram photos into that. And I think once I started making more and treating my Instagram and social media almost like a portfolio, it kind of helped me get into other avenues of that. And I guess more with graphic design, which has been really useful for making the Ones to Watch magazine, but also my job at Atlantic. And when I was interviewing for Atlantic, they were using my Instagram as a reference point for some of the questions. So that was kind of a crazy moment of just realizing that me just being myself and posting these like things I was doing for fun were actually helping me out professionally. So yeah, definitely social media has been very useful in finding a career. The biggest advice I could give is if you want to do something, just do it. Because when I first started out with music journalism, I was applying to write at the most random publications for free, but nobody wanted to take me. So I eventually just decided to start my own blog. And I think just sort of taking your own initiative and making your job for yourself, and then eventually everything will fall into place, which sounds vague, but I think just having the mindset of just being able to do things yourself is important.